Most people die a pretty slow death. I reckon sometime in our early 20s, just after we go to college or get our first serious job, we consider this notion of learning in our lives, of discovering what we want it to be, complete. And now it is the job of building and producing, becoming a good citizen, right? And what happens is that people become increasingly numb, increasingly full of less and less life, and more prone to becoming just another cog in the system. And what I want to share with you today are the ways that you can completely come alive again, because the human being that you were when you were 18, 19, 20, full of hope, optimism, dreams, wanting to change the world, taking care of yourself, trying to impress people with your appearance, this human being still exists inside of you, and you can still be absolutely and utterly remarkable. And my plea with you today is that you must be, because your life is important and your years are numbered and the clock is ticking. And so I want you, in this short video, as I sit in a car in New Zealand in the bush, to start to reimagine what's possible for you in your life now. Because there are lies, there are tricks, there are systems that would stop you, whether deliberately or not, from becoming the full human being that you can come today, tomorrow, the next day, and for the rest of your life. You can live the next 30, 40, 50, 60 years of your life, however long you've got left. You can live it numb, you can live it partially alive, or you can live it fully and wonderfully alive. And it was only 18 months ago that I was finding myself increasingly numb. And that's when I fell upon a rock, totally unfit, wondering if I was going to have a coronary. And I got hit with this notion: what if you could be the fittest, strongest and fastest you've ever been in your life at 50? What if that transformation was still possible and you're just not believing it? And so what if there is more life out there for you in your body, in your relationships, in your work, in your finances, in your creativity, every area of your life? What if there is way more life out there waiting for you to grab a hold of it, but you're just not believing it? You're just not seeing it. And the real question becomes, do you want to wake up, or do you want to keep on sleeping? And it's my plea today that you would begin to imagine, if you're 75 years old, can you become fit? Can you run again? Can you climb upstairs? Can you bench press 50 kilos for the first time in your life? What is possible for you? How could your body transform? Could people look at you and go, damn, she is the fittest, finest grandmother I've ever seen in my life, right? Anything is possible for those who dare to believe. What about your finances? Are you so convinced that you're going to spend the rest of your life working really hard until you retire, just barely making it by, paying off the bills, tightly in control of everything? Or is there a different life out there for you, an abundant life, a wonderful life? What about your relationships? Are you surrounded by friends who give you life, who believe in you, who encourage you, who inspire you? What if there are people that you've just not met yet, who are your folks, who are going to go on huge missions and ventures with you? What if there are relationships that are so life-giving you can't help come alive, and they're waiting for you to find them? That's one of the reasons why 18 months ago I decided, let's build a business based on 100 incredible relationships. No more, just 100. And let's scale the quality of those relationships. And that's exciting, to increasingly see inspirational people around me. Makes me be a better man. What if you could dramatically change your reputation? What if you could actually choose how you're known by others, by the internet, by the world, on social media? What if within you is an incredibly thought-provoking, inspirational, funny, life-giving character that could change people's lives, but you're just sleeping thinking you're just ordinary? What if you were actually extraordinary, but you just can't see it yet? What if there was something for you to build and create in your life, a book to write, a play to create, a film script to write, a business to build, a charity to start? What if there is a little dream or a seed in your heart that's long forgotten, that still lives, that still wants to germinate, that is never going to die until your body leaves this earth? Isn't it time to water that seed? Isn't it time just to see once again what's possible? Yeah, you'll get rejected. Yeah, you'll be tired, but you'll be alive, and that's better. And so as we think about what's possible for you this week, I do want you to know that we've built a whole system of goal setting that looks at 7 big areas of your life and says, what's the ultimate transformation that you could create with your life, with your body, with your time? How do you want to change physically? You can dramatically change your body at any age. You can get healthier at any age. With any condition, you can improve your health, right? What about with your relationships? What kind of friends do you want? What kind of partner do you want? What kind of relationship do you want with your children? What if you could dramatically improve the quality of that relationship? What about with your finances? Are you sick of being stuck in the hustle? What if we could set a powerful intention, a 3-word goal that got you focused on your finances in a new way, and then created a path and a plan to get there? Because that's all success really is. Seeing the top of the mountain and figuring out what the route is. Seeing the top of the mountain, but you've got to name the top of that mountain. And with our 3-word goals, that's what we help people do. Name the top of the mountain. For me, one of my mountains, fittest I've ever been in my life at 50. Fittest at 50. How do I get there now? Let's make a plan. Works in every single area of your life: the physical, the financial, the relational, the reputational, the business, the creative, and just the pure, fun, wild, beautiful stuff of life. So we look at 7 incredible dimensions, and we say, actually, sir, ma'am, watching this video, you get to partake in this life, and you get to create the kind of human being you want to be in all 7 of those dimensions. Let's stop being a passenger. Let's stop being passive, and let's actively name the mountain and choose the route to get there, and become the living, breathing, vibrant human being that you know you're supposed to be. Remember, every single person in your life is watching you, and they're following you, and they're either comfortable or they're uncomfortable. And for too long, we've created a life of comfort for those around us, where they're not challenged and they're not inspired, and we're all just in this giant bed of life slowly going to sleep. It's time for you to wake up. Others will wake up with you, and you can go on a remarkable journey and live an incredible life that your children are proud of, that your grandchildren are proud of, that your friends are proud of, that the world around you is inspired by. When people will look at your life and they will go, that is a life that is wonderfully well lived. That is a life that challenged me. That is a life that inspired me. That is the kind of life I want to live. So let's go after this together. I'm going to work with 300 people before the end of the year on setting up a remarkable 2026. And if you want to transform, if these words are resonating, if you want to come awake, just type 2026 under here and I'll give you the information, because we have a system and a way of coming alive and setting goals that will transform you. But you've got to name the mountaintops. You've got to get very specific with what it is you want, and we've got to choose the route that will get you there, and then we've got to work hard and work together within our ecosystem of staying connected to your goals and a human being that you are becoming every single day. That's what clarity does for you. You're not ill-disciplined, you're not unmotivated, you're just not clear yet on what it is you want and who it is you're supposed to be. Again, if this resonates, type 2026. Much love.